yeah, baby, Arizona World Champion back here with another video. And guess what? I'm just making a little announcement. Maybe you heard it, maybe you haven't. So I figure I'd just spread the word, so to speak. Okay, if you know me, you know the Star Soldier Arizona World Champ. I love the Colecovision. Look at that box. Haha, very sexy. Yeah, it was one of the coolest systems I ever remember growing up, because most of the games, you know, released in that era on the Atari 2600 or the Intellivision were not quite arcade perfect. Like, you could still see a lot of pixelation, or maybe the colors weren't right. But on the Coleco, it nearly got it perfect, because it was one of the strongest systems of its day. It came out in 1982, and they were able to maximize some of that technology back then. Sadly, it only lasted for a couple years, and it only has like 90 or so games for it. But fortunately, there is still a homebrew scene for it. Like, look at like all these games I got for here. I got ones like Squares. I got Pac-Man Collection, which has both Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man on it. I got a cool native game called Magical Tree. Yep. And I even got this one personally signed by, yeah, New Coleco. Yep. Two-star soldier, Ryan. Haha. Yeah, thanks again, New Coleco. You're awesome. But, you know, I love the Colecovision, and I love to support the homebrew scene out there. And that's why it was so cool when Gamester81 said on his latest video that he's going to have his own game made on the Colecovision. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's good for him. Like, that was like always a dream of mine, to be part of a video game in some way. But, you know, good for him for actually, you know, having the guts to actually be part of it. So, you know, how do you get involved with this? How do you learn more about it? Well, just follow the links and it'll go to like his IndieGoGo page, and you can see whether or not you can pre-order the game, whether or not you just want to donate personally, help the guy out. You know, it's just a thing that he's doing to help get this game off the ground, because anybody will tell you in the gaming business, it's not easy making the game. Like, yeah, just ask Squaresoft when they made Tomb Raider and made $3 million in sales. Yeah, the game was actually supposed to make $6 million, but thankfully, I don't think Gamester is going to have that problem. But hey, if you actually look at the IndieGoGo page, you know, the limit was supposed to be $5,000, and yeah, they actually surpassed that. So the game is going to be made regardless. But if you want to get involved, you're a fan of the Coleco like I am. Yeah, I'm sort of nuts for the system, but hey, that's what I do, eh? Okay, and yeah, just follow the link, get yourself involved, get educated about the project, and don't be like one of these kids. Okay, I'm talking about the 300-pound virgin elephant in the room. Okay, yeah, there has been some backlash against that, but think of it like the whole Cheetah Man 2 thing. Yeah, just because like guys like the AV Jim were involved, you know, and Irate Gamer doesn't like the AV Jim, so of course he's going to bash the project. But I'm glad I took part of it, because I supported the project. I got this game for $60. It's now worth about $300. Especially since I got it autographed too by Pat the Anus Punk and the Game Chasers. And Greg Pavage too. But am I going to sell it? No, that's not my way. I like to have these games in my personal collection. And yeah, maybe my kids will sell them, you know, when I'm finally gone or something. I don't know. And they could probably sell for a lot more. But, you know, that's not my thing. I'd like to actually play these games, experience it. And the one Gamester81 is actually making, it looks pretty good for a Coleco game. Like, I actually know some parallax scrolling, some excellent detail in the graphics. It's only about 3 stages long, but for a Coleco game, that's actually pretty good, because if you know your Coleco games, there's only like kilobytes of memory on the thing. Yeah, I think it can't go over like a megabit of memory, so I don't know, you kids figure that out because we mostly deal in gigabits right now. But that's 1982 technology for you. And it, yeah, believe it or not, the game still looks pretty good. Like, I know my Coleco, that looks good. And yeah, get yourself educated about the project. Don't bash it right away because I know this is the emulation generation and you used to download stuff for free. Huh? Remember, that stuff, it's free, but it's also worth nothing. Where here you actually get a physical cartridge, you plop it into the system, you use a real controller, and you're good to go. And that's the way I like it. That's the way it was meant to be played. And there's special perks too, so say you want a Gamester to actually talk to you, or have the cartridge engraved with your own name on it. That's so cool. I wish I could afford some of that, but maybe you can. Like Gamester actually talking to you in a video game, saying your name out loud. Like, man, that would be such a cool feature. Yeah, it's not cheap, but hey, just look at the perks yourself. Maybe you just want to support the project, donate $1, you know, drop 35 bucks and just get the game itself. And you think about games like Grand Theft Auto 5, that's also a new release. People won't complain about the release of that, yet they'll complain about like a Kickstarter or IndieGoGo game. But if you think about a Grand Theft Auto 5 game, like in a year or so, that one's going to be like $20. Who knows what's going to happen with a Coleco game like this? Because I think a games like, yeah, Pac-Man Collection, you actually can't get this in stores or on websites anymore. And the game I've seen on eBay go for like $150. So I'm not saying that it's going to get rare or anything. I'm just saying that this is going to have a limited production run of like 1,000 copies. And yeah, that's going to like Stadium Events territory. It's just something to keep an eye out for if you're thinking about monetizing your games. But again, this looks like a cool game to play on its own. And just spread the word out there. Because Gamester81, he's a cool guy. Like I knew him like years ago on a site called Opinions. And you know, he wouldn't be part of a project he didn't believe in. And this looks like a cool project. Yeah, Colecovision. What's wrong with Coleco? I love the system. Alright, and that's it for me. This is Star Soldier, Arizona World Champion, over and out. Remember, support the project if you can.